just like they did last Wednesday in D.C. at the U.S. Capitol. And so we're going to keep it on that story right now. We're going to head out to Madison, Wisconsin, because Fox's Sam Kramer is out there. And Sam, the Wisconsin State Capitol is being boarded up at the moment as well. Isn't that right?
Yeah, hi there, Andrew. Let's give you a look at the base of the Wisconsin State Capitol here in Madison. The Department of Administration, which essentially houses the Wisconsin State Capitol Police, they had their facilities management team busy out on the grounds this morning. They've boarded out all of the windows on the Capitol's exterior ground floor. We are unaware of any specific reports of protests or planned violence, but they aren't taking this lightly. We have talked to, so many police departments, from Madison Police, the State Capitol Police, as well as the FBI. Essentially, it seems like they have learned, perhaps have the benefit of hindsight from what happened at the U.S. Capitol last week. They don't want to, just be caught unprepared for this. So, again, all of the windows are boarded up on the ground floor. It looks like the doors are open now. Of course, the Wisconsin State Legislature is meeting, so they're free to come in and out of the building. It'll be interesting to see if that changes through the rest of the week.
And Sam, I was kind of wondering, we talked to our reporter there in Detroit, and so the Michigan State Capitol voted today to ban open carry there in the halls of the state capitol. Is there anything like that being planned there in Wisconsin? Are they doing kind of any more, preventive measures than just boarding up at the point?
Well, as early as last week, even the day after the U.S. Capitol riot, they had extra police inside of the Wisconsin State Capitol, both Wisconsin State Capitol Police and Madison Police, just for the city as a whole, upping their patrols around the Capitol. Right now, it doesn't appear, at least, that they have any further ban on arms or those coming inside the Capitol. But again, one of those things to watch as we move forward here.
And going forward, like you said, the inauguration is January 20th. Are there any festivities or events planned surrounding that? Is that why this is happening, or this is just a precaution? But is there something happening on the Capitol ground to mark the inauguration in the nation's capital?
Yeah, it's tough to tell at this time. We know, just looking back to last summer, that the state capitol has been a frequently traveled position for protests. We saw some of them turn violent this summer when they were protesting racial injustice. We even had a Wisconsin State Assembly member punched, I believe it was a state senator. And so there has been a track record before. We also know that the attempts to kidnap the Michigan governor had Wisconsin ties. Some of those people were hoping to bring the governor back to Wisconsin to then kind of hold her hostage here, at least according to criminal charging documents. So right now, it doesn't appear that there is a specific event in mind. I believe it's just kind of vigilance, kind of rather be prepared versus being caught unprepared in case something is to happen here in a state that has been very politically divided within the last several presidential elections.
And Sam, just lastly for you, what's the governor saying there in the state? We know there's been, I believe, several, recall efforts for him throughout his term at the moment, but I believe he's also requested the National Guard. Is that right?
Yes, that was the big announcement today. He has mobilized the Wisconsin National Guard. Remember, they were just in Kenosha in advance there of protests expected in the charging decision, the shooting of Jacob Blake there for the Kenosha police officer. There weren't really we didn't hear of any violence. There were some arrests made down there, but now the National Guard is coming up this way. He being Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers, has had a tough time with the Republican-controlled legislature. Evers is a Democrat. So there's been a lot of battle there. I was talking with some state lawmakers today. Republicans say they wish that he would have brought up the Wisconsin National Guard quicker this summer, again, in those protests we talked about, but they're happy to see that he's taking the proactive measures now. The Wisconsin National Guard did not disclose just how many troops were involved. All they say is that they will be supporting state capitol police. So it's going to be, it's, again, one of those things, I hate to keep saying it, but it's one of those things that we're just going to have to see how it plays out moving forward here.
And we definitely will, just going into the later days of the week. Sam Kramer with Fox 6 in Milwaukee, there in Madison for us. Thank you so much. All right, and like I said, we'll be following all of this. Remember, the FBI, a memo was obtained today that said they are monitoring all of these state capitals going forward in the next couple of days. Remember, we're just 9 days out from President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration, where he'll be sworn in as the 46th president. But amidst all of that, D.C. will look a lot different. The ceremony itself will look a lot different. And after Wednesday's events, you just heard, we told you earlier today, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan issuing that joint statement urging people